Good afternoon. This is Jordan Alexander. Today's date is September 14th, 2018. We are in the Business and Aerospace building on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm here with Dr. Debra Boyd, communications professor, and several of her students, and we are recording Stories United.
Good afternoon. We're pleased to present to you Stories United.
Hello, I am Diksha Adiani from Calcutta, India. I came to the United States 2.5 years ago to work on an undergraduate degree in computer science. A lot of times when I meet someone new, I only introduce myself with my name. Just talking in the way I talk, I get asked a lot of questions. Some are truly fascinated by differences, some are judgmental, and it shows. So I do get an idea of who they are, but that would be me making assumptions about their background.
My name is Aris Siddiqui. I was born in Nashville, Tennessee. At the age of 5, I went to Pakistan to live with my extended family members for several years. Even though I was born here, I lived longer in Pakistan than I had here, so I definitely felt a cultural shock. I live in the biggest city of Pakistan named Karachi, a city that never sleeps. If it was not for my visit, my knowledge would have remained limited to the image of Pakistan that has always been portrayed in the media.
My name is Jordan Hunter. Every day I ponder who I am and my sense of purpose in the world. Usually people will contemplate their purpose in life when they are sad. However, I contemplate it both when I'm sad and when I'm happy. At the end of the day, I won't be happy until I discover my sense of purpose. Growing up, I've learned two things that are great, but full of imperfections: myself and the world.
My name is Simone Strange. I didn't realize how important diversity was until high school. I never thought about diversity because I was always surrounded by it. My mom made sure to raise me in a loving, diverse environment, so I grew up having friends of all races and religions. The lack of diversity in America, North Georgia to be exact, was brought to my attention when I started dating a white boy. He told me that he was worried about me meeting his father because his father was racist. That was a huge reality check for me. It hurt to know someone could hate me, the loving Simone, simply because of the color of my skin. My boyfriend at the time told me that his dad only hated black people because he didn't meet many. He assured me that once his dad met me, he would like me.
I would like to take a moment and discuss what I see and how I evaluate it. As humans, we live in a world where we do not always react in the best way. History proves we often react in ways that incite hate, violence. Through my eyes, I have seen people of my own race destroy each other in an effort to feel larger in size. Through my eyes, I have seen children belittled and beaten by those who have sworn to protect and love them. Through my eyes, I have seen a society that is desperately clinging to morals, only subsequently losing them in the process.
When people look at me, they think I'm Hispanic. At first I would say, really? When I met this Hispanic young lady in class, at first I thought she was Indian. See the irony there? I didn't know I was brown until I came to the United States. I would say that every country has its quirks. In India, light-skinned people are preferred in the entertainment industry. However, I didn't think I was a person of color. I just thought I was Asian.
Pakistan is a nation that should be known for its traditional history, its progressive society today, and its culture of hospitality and traditions. The purpose of Pakistan was to welcome everyone, regardless of race and religion. The word Pakistan means the land of pure. It can't be the land of oppression and terrorism. Pakistan was not created to repeat history. I returned to the United States in 2010. At the time, I attended the local school and I was in 7th grade and very young. At first, I was welcomed and greeted by everyone, but as soon as people found out more about my background, culture, and religion, things began to change. I would smile at students, but they would not smile back.
There's far too many injustices in today's world, and in many ways, the injustices make me feel incomplete. These obstacles and challenges have hurt me in far too many ways. However, witnessing these problems have only made me stronger. The world I live in today will not make me stronger. Rather, I must adapt to this world and find a way to make peace with it.
Diversity is important because it promotes self-love. I'm thankful that my mom taught me at a young age that my black is beautiful, because a lot of young black girls don't know that.
During international orientation at MTSU, the vice provost, a Californian, said that we are all from different backgrounds, but we are a minority. Every region has its own customs. He never asked us to change. He said, be who you are, just embrace the customs.
When you grow up only seeing tall, thin white women on TV and in magazines, that's what you automatically associate with beauty. A study conducted by the Fashion Spot shows that out of 236 fashion sprint campaigns in 2016, 78% of the models were white. In the words of scholar W.V. York III, there's no positive influence in the absence of example.
In 2010, as I was walking from the cafeteria to my locker, a student asked me if I was a terrorist. I recall turning around and feeling shocked at what I had heard. I felt humiliated and scared all at once. I turned and replied no. I remember some of her friends pulling her back and telling her to stop asking such silly questions, but the damage had been done. Every so often, someone would ask me if I had any ties to Al-Qaeda or if my family was a part of this group. Even if such questions were asked jokingly, they remained very hurtful. According to Newsweek by Brian Levine, hate crimes against Muslims have been on the rise. Earlier in 2017, a mosque in Victoria, Texas was burned to ground by an alleged anti-Muslim bigot. FBI data shows that in 2015, there were 257 hate crimes against Muslims.
So growing up, black girls with kinky hair want to buy hair straighteners and skin lighteners. Even with my mom's words of encouragement, I still straightened my hair. It was hard for me to love my natural curly hair when I grew up being told that it's unprofessional and distracting. This mindset is due to a lack of diversity.
Making peace with this world has little to do with me growing into a more self-actualized person. Rather, it has to be accepting responsibility for the role in which I have played. You see, I need to accept that every time I throw a water bottle in the trash instead of a recycling bin, I am doing the world a disservice. Every time I stand idly by to bullying or harassment, I am doing someone a disservice. Every time I call myself ugly or stupid or anything hateful, I am doing myself a disservice. We are all connected, we breathe the same, we act the same, and we at many times look the same. So why do we fight so often about our small differences? It's odd because, well, we should instead be celebrating our differences. Diversity is important. It gives us a chance to take pride in how we can be different and how we could all learn from each other.
Even though this is the 21st century, and as humans we have made exemplary inventions and technological advancements, yet a very large majority of us blindly follow internet and mass media as a source of absolute truth and facts. This is where we have lost big time as a civilization. I've been a victim of racial profiling in airports, in school, and at social gatherings. What we don't realize is that religion does not breed oppression and terrorism, but poverty and illiteracy do.
I believe diversity symbolizes love and progression. Diversity is loving someone despite their differences. They may look different, speak a different language, or worship a different God, but they're still human.
And just like every other college student, I do laundry and cook and run errands and work a job.
There is so much that we can learn from each other. Each culture provides an entirely different perspective on life, a perspective that has been developed over centuries through rich traditions. Imagine what we could do with all the knowledge if we took time to learn and understand these different cultures.
Martin Luther King once said, "Darkness cannot drive darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that."
Michael Quinn's Ethics of the Information Age mentions a theory called cultural relativism that states that different cultures have different moral codes. What seems okay in our culture may not seem alright from another culture's point of view. It asks us to be tolerant and non-judgmental about the customs of other cultures.
As time passes by, we move forward to become a better society. We must not go back in time and repeat our mistakes where people were enslaved, killed, and done wrong just because of their color and race.
So how do you become more tolerant and non-judgmental? Herodotus, the father of history, claims that when a person is given the opportunity to freely choose amongst different beliefs, they might still, after careful consideration, choose that of his own country, or his home, or even his family's. Realizing this can result in keeping an open mind. This might help us become more open to discovering the truth, whatever it might be.
I value diversity. When I see a diverse group of people, I automatically feel welcomed. I know I don't have to worry about someone judging me because of the color of my skin.
When they called me names, when they labeled me as a terrorist, in return, I enlightened them. I enlightened them with facts about my culture, community, and religion.
You see, change is hard. Dennis Hayes, professor of education at the University of Derby, even proves that change is a lot like critical thinking. It is not a skill that can be learned or taught. Personally, I consider it a lot like life. It's okay to be terrified over it, but it's wrong to try to avoid living life to the fullest.
We all compare others' belief systems with our own. It all comes down to whether we want to find out more or assume and live with ignorance. I believe that embracing the differences allows others to connect with you and allows them to embrace yours.
My image of the ideal diverse community is my church home in Georgia. There are people from everywhere around the world. At my church, people from China, Jamaica, Europe, Nigeria, Colombia, and many more places all come together to praise God.
I want to live up to what Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world."
As a member of this diverse community,
I am a valuable contributor to its progress and success.
I am engaged in the life of this community.
I'm a recipient and a giver.
I am a listener and a speaker. I am honest in word and deed.
I am committed to reason, not violence. I am a learner now and forever.
I am a blue writer.